It's in play in some ways.
Yeah.
So, set it wide, we said that left hand needs to be a little bit more. If we look at your left hand there, it's a bit blurry now, I know, but your left, you can...
I know,
you
it's
probably
the big thing about dropping it to the bottom of your fingers, isn't it?
Exactly,
that's because it naturally will fall over there.
Well, exactly, your left hand just got to go on top there, okay. If your left hand sits in the palm here now, you'll tend to squeeze
and you were saying
with that
about
thumb.
That, if it's relatively aiming towards your
right shoulder,
okay. You're
exactly.
getting a bit better.
Okay. And as you look, if I sort of down here, you can't really see that line. That's why I said the mirror. But if I just sort of do that now, you can see it kind of points that way.
Well, you can see, let's say,
if my hand was here, and I sort of can't even hinge up anyway, but you can see where it's going there. So the left hand in that finger is definitely going to help that. Now, previously, if you look at your back swing here now, you can see even before that club goes back, what we see now is the head drops, the knee goes forward, and there's a big shoulder turn from here now. And your shoulders have probably gone through 130 degrees maybe. That hip's gone through about 70 or 80. The right foot's gone off the ground, knees really kicking in. So you lost a lot of balance there. Now the club, the club has gone a long way. From there to there is a long swing. But the distance between your left side and your shoulders has not really made that much difference. You haven't really
that's a lot further physical wrong as well, to be fair.
Precisely, well, exactly. The club travelling that far is a lot more time for that club, or more distance to travel for things to go wrong. Okay, now this swing on the right hand side, it felt to you really short, obviously, okay? We said about no legs, no lower half, okay? That's not that far short being a full swing. If you imagine just your arms a little bit higher there, you're actually turning 90 degrees, which is a full shoulder turn. Yeah, which feels to you nothing at all, does it?
Facing the opposite way,
yeah. But in there, at least if you look at that, you look kind of a bit more in balance. Now, if we can get that backswing in time, I would see your left arm just going a smidgen high, which will give you the club further to horizontal. It's more the swing through the ball. We've got to try and get more swish through. But back to the golf ball now. Swish back there. Your left arm now on the shoulder and more in line. If we look at this one here now, as you come through, that pulling of the arm there. There's the club, you see. So you've got that pulling, which keeps the club face open. If you're if your left arm is lined up here, and I'm not saying straight locking here, but if I'm here, if I push my left arm forward, look at the club face. Yeah. So the more your handle of the club goes forward, the more open the club gets. So if when you're in the golf ball, your left hand is pulling away, so there's impact there. There's impact there. Look at your left arm relative to your body, and there's a bit of daylight there coming between your left arm and your body there. Yeah. So as you come through now, at this position, the right arm to the ground and the club are all in a straight line, and your glove is kind of visible. Whereas we look at this one with that sort of swish through, now your glove's gone, and when your right arm gets horizontal to the ground about there, I guess. Oops, sorry. We're kind of getting that close to that out position there, you see. So what we're going to try to, when you finish this swing, you sort of stop there. If we can, in time, what the progression will be really for me is you making this kind of shorter length backswing under control, and then gradually increasing the length of the follow through, so you feel more of a fullish swing, and allow, because the body's still moving through. When you finish there, instead of full shoulder turn, right hip and right knee can just start going with that rather than the lean back, as we can see there. Yeah, okay. Once we get that impact position better, we can then just start creating a bit more power by going back a little bit further, but a bit more turn with the arms, the shoulders and the arms there, rather than your lower half collapsing and sliding, and then you tilting and losing control. So you sort of strip your swing down from being way too long, over swinging there, club face open and across and everything else, and sort of pointing down to the ground there. Shorten it both sides, get the length going back, feeling more comfortable and getting a good impact, and say 160 yards in the air with just a basic arm flick. Yeah. The power's there, and that's why I see the old boys, their golf swing, if you watch their swing on the range, their swing doesn't really get much longer than that, but it goes 160, 170 yards because they strike it properly. Okay, and that's the thing, if you can create power at this part of the golf swing at the bottom, rather than all this length and speed at the top here, the ball doesn't have a clue what your golf club's doing up there. Can do what it wants, you wouldn't know. All the golf ball knows what the club does down there. So we've got to get that club back to the ball. So the emphasis for me is more on through the ball, as opposed to how big a backswing can I get. And we all see it when we go on the golf course. If you're maintaining that length backswing, then as you swing on the golf course, if it's a bit of a funny hole, a bit tight, a bit anxious, you might then start slowing things down as you come back down, which is again not an ideal thing to do, and you'll miss hit it. It'll go left or right or miss it. Or if you just keep the power on and try and accelerate, which is what you should do, but from that position there, that club all the way back there, how it comes back to the golf ball is anyone's guess. It could be all over the place. It could be sliced, topped, hooked, block, anything. So if we can just harness a little bit of a shorter, more controlled backswing, take your legs and your lower half out of play. Just get your top half and your arms sort of turning. And then the more your top half actually rotates with a minimal amount of leg movement and lower half, you're actually tightening up and coiling up better. you look at the tour professional, when they rotate their shoulders, they're not really moving their hips quite as much. Your hips are almost rotating through almost 90 degrees. So it's basically a full rotation. And again, your peak, your cap sort of going over there. It's a real big turn there and twist. There's a lot there to go wrong. Okay, so
it's quite good, like say, doing it without with the bottom, just with the T. You can hear it.
Exactly. And again, it gives you feedback, but if you miss-hit it slightly, you're not going to know. So you're not going to go, I'll change it. You're still going to keep doing the same movement because you're trying to encourage that move. Looking at the mirror when you first did that, your first swing, you couldn't stop the golf club short there, could you? It was like, oh my God, and it just kept going. But a lot of that is just your instinctive reaction to go from here. Just that happens. Your first move is that. So it'd be very hard to stop there. If you just kept that there and locked completely and just did that, it'd be harder to go that much further back. I mean, what you can do, sometimes I've had it before, if you've got a fairly biggish football, or maybe a basketball, or maybe some baskets even, put them between your knees. Now, these baskets might be big enough, potentially. Okay. Squeeze that in there like so, and then just make some swings. Okay, because if you can't move your legs at all, because obviously you're going to be locked in there. So try to find a position of comfort there, obviously, when you sit. So, but just make some swings now. So you've got the basket between your knees. All you are is your top half and arms. Okay, so that's all we're going to be doing there. Top half and arms there. Get the arms and the shoulders, getting that club head speed, and then in time, obviously, we'll get that, and then we'll get that. Okay, but that's probably more the next progression as we go through. Okay, make sense? Brilliant. Cool. Right.